I just want to welcome everyone to the Firenzecolor and Novacolor event. And basically, most of you are familiar with Novacolor. You're familiar with Firenzecolor. Firenzecolor is the distributor of Novacolor. And Novacolor is basically the leading purveyor of specialty coatings in Europe. Now, what you're going to learn today are some new techniques with some of the products that you're familiar with. So we want you to pay close attention to it. We're also going to have today a giveaway of some products. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a little raffle. And so what I want you to do is all of you could just put a card inside this bottle. And then by the end of the program, we're going to be giving away a lot of really nice products that we have. For example, this binder that has all our catalogs in it, really special binder. Also, we have the capsule collection, which is sold for $280, but somebody's going to end up with it for free. So just put your card in or fill out a card, and then we'll make sure that we have that drawing, and hopefully it's one of you guys will get it. One of the reasons why Firenzecolor became associated with Novacolor many years ago is because we really believe in the Novacolor philosophy. For example, the Novacolor philosophy has to do with sustainability. And you know, Europe is very famous for they want to have products that are friendly to the environment. And of course, it's always been a challenge. You want good, strong products, and yet you want products that are friendly to the environment. We know in the old days when we used oil paint, how you doing, home? When we used oil paint in the places we painted, you would smell that terrible odor. And then even for weeks later, you'd be smelling odors. Well, those are gases coming into your livable space. And so because of that, we really believe in the philosophy that Novacolor has, which is the mass balance approach, where they try to use chemicals that are strong and yet they're friendly to the environment. So with that in mind, I'd like to give your attention to a very important person with the Novacolor company, also actually owned by the San Marco Group. And her name is Roberta Vecchi. And I think a lot of you know Roberta from the past. She's come here many times, given presentations. She gives presentations all over the world. So we're going to give her just maybe 10, 15 minutes to give us a little bit of a PowerPoint presentation. So Roberta, it's all yours.
I'm going to keep this short because as Paul was rightly saying, the main thing today is to see the finishes and to let Luca, our master applicator, and Gian, our Novacolor ambassador, work together. In general, the point of my presentation is to show you where we are going actually in Europe and what we see next after the marketing campaign that we launched this year, which was the We Belong to Nature. We are looking at our homes, and the products that you will be introduced to today will actually tell you how central and how relevant our homes have become, certainly after the pandemic, where we have learned to spend a lot of time in our beautiful homes. And therefore the key words when we kind of decorate and we think of what will be the next trends for 2023 are mostly related to, of course, sustainability, as Paul was correctly saying. So most of our products are going to be more and more manufactured using biomasses, which means basically waste from agriculture. We're looking at low consumerism, we're looking at quality, we're looking at flexibility, we're looking at circular economy, but also at details, because whenever we decorate, details are always super relevant. The focus for next year, when we look at the architecture and the volumes, are certainly telling us a lot about an aesthetic that has to do with Renaissance, with architecture of the past. These arches that you see here are actually coming back inside our homes, and these elements are usually decorated with very traditional materials like Marmorino KS, for instance, that you certainly know. But we also have inside our homes a lot to do with Instagram and the Instagrammable walls. Therefore, there is a trend that comes after the pandemic and that talks about an eclectic background wall, which is really something that we are promoting a lot with Novacolor, how to make our wall talk and become really prominent in our environment. At the same time, nature is always part of everything we do. So nature is a link between the well-being, the organic use of products, the environmental friendly materials, some materials such as wool, cotton, clay that you will see later, velvet, ceramic will be certainly key elements also next year. But at the same time, we are all more cyberpunk than before. Cyberpunk is digital trend. Cyberpunk has to do with neon colors, and it has to do also with becoming brave or being more courageous in whatever we do. In terms of colors, you will see in our next collections a lot of lavender, purple, because lavender, as you may know, has been already elected like the color trend of next year for Pantone. So this is a very interesting color that has a lot to do with interior design. It's very easy to use and it's super easy also to apply inside, to use it with very different materials like lime as well, or metallics that we do a lot. We will also see a lot of monochromatic luxury. That means, you know, playing more with black and white, and you see some of these marbleizing effects that we like to do with our products will still be quite popular, as well as very saturated color. So Novacolor as well is coming out with new collections that have a lot of color blocking in it, and a lot of colors that are kind of, you know, dark but very dense, we can say, and we call it here usually the British heritage type of color. When we think of the trends in terms of color, as I was mentioning before, the digital lavender is certainly going to be one of the main colors next year. And this is a mood board that shows you how nicely also fashion and furniture and architectural elements come together with our walls. But along with the digital lavender, we will see a lot of red, a luscious red, so very powerful color. That talks a lot about passion and the things that we love to do and how we like to be, again, outdoor and enjoy people and, you know, sort of coming back to our normal life. There is also growing interest in crafts and therefore sustainability and more balanced lifestyle, the cozy lifestyle that we will see in a couple of slides. So all these earthy colors are becoming, again, super trendy, as well as blue that has to do a lot with, again, sustainable values, but also blues reminds us of a certain lightness and clarity that brings to mind also very natural element like the air and water. Verdigris, so a lot of green colors, very saturated, and this is also interesting to use along with the Novacolor oxidation verderame that maybe you have already used and you know, so what I'm talking about. Novacolor lifestyles. This is 2023 is going to be a very big year for us because we're bringing first time to the market not only the color trends, but also we're starting to talk about lifestyles, and we have picked 3 that we believe represent a lot the year that is coming, and also a lot of the experience and the trends that we have seen already in 2022. It isn't the presentation about the lifestyles will be ready in a couple of months, but anyway, we are here to tell you that cozy life is therefore a lifestyle that looks a lot, talks a lot about safety, about comfort, a sense of protection, and it's basically referring to people that are very much in love with their roots. So exactly like us Italians, that we are so much in love with our traditions and with good old Europe. Cozy life, I think it's a style that really represents us a lot. Nomadism is for travelers, for people that are super brave, those who like to change, they respect tradition and history, but they are really courageous and take choices and do things that normally nobody else would do. And the third style has to do a lot with our digital world, with the metaverse, and it talks the language of fluid positivity. So it talks to people that do not like to have a perimeter. They do not like to define themselves. Again, to those who dare and to those who want to explore the new world and again, the metaverse. Everything that has to do with lifestyle translates naturally into texture and trends and becomes a sort of inspiration for us. So when we think of the trends, we're also thinking immediately at products inspiration. So how do we translate this with the products that we offer, and most of all with the new textures that we will be promoting next year? So this is one of the trends that certainly will be explored using Celestia. That is a very interesting product. We call it the icon of elegance and refinement. So it's a soft touch, fine plaster that can be used to create this kind of, velvety soft effects, as well as Archi-Argilla that you will see later with Luca. This is a very natural product. It's made of lime, natural clay, and it talks the language of earth, and as you can see from this picture. Again, liquid metal, which has been a trend for the last 2 years, where we are really experimenting a lot with new texture, and the calce cruda in tonacchino. So in tonacchino, it's a plaster, it's a thick plaster that we would like to bring to the market again, either in a total black color, very dense, saturated black, or pure white as a sample that you will see later. Again, argilla as the exaltation of matter, as we say. So these are the textures, some of them that you will see with Luca. Again, I'm showing you just a couple of pictures so that you get an idea of how to use them in your environments, in your interiors. This is the clay product that you will see later, but see how much really you can do with it. So this is really a material that's super open to any kind of texture. You can play a little bit with stencil. You can just scratch it, leave it natural, protect it with a wax, and it's a product that really gives us a lot of beautiful inspiration. Of course, there will be a highlight on the Wall2floor range, which is our microcement and resin-based system for interiors. And wet areas, hospitality, wellness. So there's really a lot that can be done with this system, not only in terms of standard floors, but also in terms of decorative floors, because I think Luca will give you a quick highlight also on the aesthetic variations that we're able to offer with the Wall2floor, whether it's a cement look again, or a more metallic look that it will show you, or even the use of stencil and patterns. And the revamping of existing products that we are planning for next year, you will see actually a very beautiful technique that we do with Marmorino KS. It's a marble imitation. Remember that one of the trends is also related to how we use marble in all its different variation. But KS is also a super sleek, iconic, minimal type of decoration, like the project that you see here. You will see also our formaldehyde reduction plaster called calce cruda. And this is again a lime and clay plaster that will help us to create from super like broken type of decoration, distressed walls like this one here, patterns that can be further decorated with metallics, or stencil art effect from a lot of different angles and natures and different coloring schemes on top. The liquid metal that we saw before, but also Ironic, which is still one of our best-selling product. It's the real rust that can be used both indoor and outdoor, and you will see a beautiful application in combination with one of our metallic paints called Zeus. So that was a very quick one, just to give you some highlights from Italy and where the company is going, where we're taking us brand, and what will be the next trends and the next products that you will see next year if you keep following Novacolor. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us. I'm really happy today because I have the opportunity, we have the opportunity like Novacolor, in cooperation with our extension of the family, Firenzecolor, to introduce you some beautiful finishes. We have selected some of them from our range of possibilities in application of the cartridge stuff. And today, my task is just to transfer to you some tricks, some techniques in application, to show you some of our last released products, which are Archi-Argilla, Wall2floor waterproof. We have different lines of products. Of course, we have metallics, we have mineral line-based products, we have products made with using raw materials like clay, for example. And also today, I'm going to show you how to reach some texture using Archi-Argilla, for example, because Archi-Plus is the name of our powder products. They come in bags, and you just need to mix them with or clean water or pre-tinted water. Just you need to select the color that you prefer on the color card dedicated. And after valuation of the substrate and the preparation of the substrate for the application, you can start applying the product. This is, for example, one of our possibilities that we have in application, and it is very easy to reach. I'm going to show you how to do this today, for example. And this is Archi-Argilla. Let's say that we can start immediately with this kind of application. So we save time for other things during the presentation. The product powder of Archi-Plus Argilla, and in this case, I have prepared a pre-tinted water. Okay, I just need to add the water, the powder, and I need to mix everything with the driller.
As well, he's setting that up. I'm gonna pass this around. I want you guys to put your business card in here. If not a business card, we're gonna give you a paper to write down your name. And Paul with Firenze Enterprises, we're gonna be giving away free stuff today. We're gonna pick a raffle and whatever names we call, you're gonna be getting some free stuff, okay? So I'll pass this. You guys have your business cards taken.
I'll have a little card for I want there.
After mixing, the product is immediately ready to use. And I use my base coat made using the product called Archi-Fondo. Archi-Fondo is the commune product, which is the best start for all the Archi-Plus products. Is absorbing, so it gives us the right grip and the right time and the right workability for all of our products. The application Archi-Argilla very easy. We apply the product with a trowel, and because of the clay that the product has inside, the product is going to be extremely moldable. I mean, you can decide the design and you can remodel the design anytime you want, because you have a really open time for the workability of the product. In this case, I want to show you how to make this kind of texture, which is the base for our next application with some stencil, if you want to have a more texture. Look. Just need to apply the right thickness. I'm gonna cover all the spaces of my area. Now, supposing to be on a big wall, you don't need to have a rush. You know, you take time, because the product is thick enough to give you enough time to work with and to decide which kind of texture of look you want to have at the end of the job. That is the only proposal. Okay, but at this point, you will have so many different ways, because in just one coat you don't need to add other coats or to make other overlaps. You just need to wait the right time and simply using the trowel you can go scratching a little bit the product like this. Just using the trowel.
Remember, guys, this is a one coat plaster, one coat look. Look how easy he's doing it. One thing about this plaster is very heavy fur. So meaning that square footage wise, it will take a little more, right? So this comes in a 20-kilo bucket. Normally, of thick glass like this will probably do 100 square feet. Okay, depending on how heavy you do it.
Hmm.
It'd be smart to do.
Something like water.
Now, for this product, though, you use the fondo, use the base coat of
Yes, the
Of
base
what?
coat of Archi-Plus.
Archi-Plus.
Yes,
Archi-Plus.
is in powder as well. And it is very easy because you don't need to tint the water, just with clean water and the right mixing ratio. Just you need to drill it, and only you need to do is apply just one flat coat, and that flat coat will give you the right absorbent for the next applications that you decide to do. At this time, you can decide if you want to leave the texture like this, and this kind of texture will be like this, with some
Did everybody
open
fill this out?
spaces. I worked in the same way. It's amazing. In the same way, the product, as you can see. But you can also decide to close better the look of the product, because this is only an option, but in the normal way of application, the product will be like this.
Mhm.
This is the classic, the normal look of the product. And the texture that I have created is like this. That's how heavy you apply it already. Exactly. Then no, is worked with Fascina on the top, which is patina. Okay.
That'll be his last step. And you're going to show us that
Yeah.
step?
This is the first step. Yes, of course.
Okay.
Show you how to apply the Fascina. Now we let it dry a little bit. Let's say 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It depends from the temperatures. It depends from the thickness that you applied. And then you can work on the top of it with stencils. And we have a really large selection of stencil. And in this catalog, you can see that the choice is very, very high. Here we have already applied products with stencils, so it gives us immediately the look that we're gonna have. Now, because of the product is wet, I have prepared pre-applied.
So basically, you use the product, you use the stencil, and now you added that. Did you have to add more product? You added
Yes.
one more
You
layer.
put the stencil
Right.
on the top of the texture, and
Okay.
you work with some more
So
product.
when this texture is dry, you
Yes.
add the stencil and you put a little more product.
Exactly, but you don't need to wait the complete dry.
Okay.
You just need to wait a little more, and then you can start working with the.
Okay.
with the
20
stencils.
minutes. You're gonna wait 20
minutes,
minutes. So it just
20
beefs
minutes.
up a little bit.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. And then, in order to increase the depth of the job that we have created, we have a product called Fascina, which is a low protection, respectful on for the features of all the line plasters, line product, mineral-based product that we have available. And this product called Fascina, we use the first coat totally transparent on the top of the finish that we have created, because the product is a natural product and it is extremely absorbing. If you go on the top of it with some other colors, the problem is that you cannot manage the shades of the colors that you want to have. In this way, applying one layer of Fascina untinted, diluted 1-to-1 with water, you can stop the absorbing, and you will have an extended time to work with the Fascina tint. We have so many different colors available, and Fascina is here. The application is very easy because simply using sponge, we can go in this way.
So Luca, what type of a tint did you put into the Fascina?
There are water-based
Any water-based tint
tints, yes.
into the
We have
Fascina?
yes, we have our selection of colors ready to reach using our tinting system.
And so you're achieving a more of a depth.
Exactly. Yes, because Fascina tinted goes
And
in
the
depth.
and the dark tint ends up inside the lower spots, the little.
You can see the difference between here, the same texture here, and here. We are going to
Absolutely.
increase.
And you're also protecting the wall.
Exactly. It's a low protection.
Now, why do you say low protection?
Low protection is that the product Fascina was inside of the mineral-based products that we have, and it doesn't go to alterate the features of breathability.
Okay,
Of
so it
our
is
mineral
still a breathable wall finish,
Yes.
but you still are protecting it.
Yeah. Low protection because being a very soft product, it doesn't go to make the mineral-based products washable, completely washable. Okay, that is important.
In other words, it's not a waterproof system,
not complete,
but it is a protective
Yes,
system.
Exactly, it's a protective system.
And it's diluted. What's the dilution?
So for the transparent application is 1-to-1 with water. For the second coat like this with the colors inside, our suggestion is to dilute the product 2 times with water. Okay, 1 part of Fascina tinted and 2 parts of water. As you can see, it's changed a lot. We have colors. If we want to give some more age look to our surfaces,
To give it an age look?
yes, that is the best way.
Now, the Faso Siliconica, what products of yours can you put it on? All the plasters?
All the plastics, yes.
Can you put it on KS?
KS, calce cruda,
In other words, all the rough plasters.
also marmor fine, marmor medium.
You wouldn't put it on Florenzia.
No.
There are better
No.
primers for that.
Florencia, it's better to use the Cerawax.
Cerawax for Florenzia.
I deal with a more absorbent surface.
Okay, this is more for the absorbent surfaces. I like it.
Dry. It would be like this.
After dry, so it doesn't alter the look. It protects it, and it enables you to have a vehicle to put the tinting in it to give it that aged
Yes.
look. I understand. Capito. I hope that was the
And
right
the
word.
intensity of the coloration can be modified, of course.
In other words, the more intense you want it, the more tint you put into it. Got it.
And
Mhm.
let's say that for Archi-Argilla, if you have some questions, just let me know, because it's easy to work with. You know, we have this powder, and we just need to mix the powder with the right mixing ratio with water. And you apply just one coat of product, you have a lot of time to work with the product. If you want to create texture, you can do that. If you want to have a classic and a more closed look, you can just compress a little bit the product with a trowel, and that's it. And you can live like this. And then you want to protect a little bit the product on the top. You just need to apply the Fase Siliconica untinted or untinted, and with some colors in order to increase the texture create. Very easy. And this is made from natural clay and lime. Okay, is a combination of those natural products.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So the fact that this has clay and lime,
Yeah.
why does that make it kind of special?
Because the clay allows you to work, to change the look of the product in different way. Okay, just applying the right thickness of the product will be moldable. Okay, it's like the clay. Okay, and also the final natural look of the clay is different, because it's matte, is very natural.
So it's a very different characteristic than the lime.
Exactly.
So when you're marrying both products together, it gives you a different feel than you would have with just lime. And workability.
The workability, yes.
I can say also that this kind of characteristic look that these clay lime mixtures have is something that's very often requested by decorators now. It kind of has garnered a name for itself in the industry. So you may find that sometimes you have decorators saying, oh, I want that clay lime plaster that I've heard about. The same way that for many years we've heard that people request Tadillact. And even by name, they may not know the exact look, but it has kind of an air about it that people are asking for it. So we're noticing that more and more with these clay lime mixtures as well. And it's because of that characteristic matte look that they have.
And that's one of the reasons why this seminar is called Let's Go Bold. So I guess we're going a little bolder than we normally go.
The next product that we're going to see is a product called
What do you mean? Agila.
clay. Clay
So argilla is the Italian name for clay.
for clay. Yes,
So it's Archi-Clay.
Archi-Clay.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Great question, Hoon. Appreciate that.
This is the next product that we're going to introduce. As you can see, is a rocky look.
Very rocky look.
Yes. Using our product called Calce Cruda in Tonacchino. Calce Cruda is a product ready to use base and is made from lime and clay as well. But in this case, it comes in buckets, and it is ready. In this case, I'm using the thicker version of Calce Cruda in Tonacchino because we have available 3 different versions of Calce Cruda. The standard Calce Cruda in Tonacchino, and Calce Cruda Tinta Stucco. Today, take a look of this product because it's very interesting to know that product has inside natural big stones, aggregates, and natural fiber. And I want to show you how easy is to reach also this kind of thickness, just applying the product by trowel. Here, I'm applying the product on the top of our primer called Nova Primer. Nova Primer is a grip promoter. Okay, as inside some.
So this is Nova Primer,
It's Nova Primer, yeah.
not KS.
Not KS. As you can see, the product has inside this kind of big stones. Exactly.
So does that come ready to use?
Yes. It has its own color card, and you can also decide to have the product tinted in the color that you have selected. I just need to cover the entire area.
Very nice. Very nice.
It's the thickness.
Oh, and it levels out very nicely.
Yes.
Basically, you're going to take us from there, from here, there, to
This is the classic application, the regular application of the product. You can also make some.
Want to go both.
See, the natural scratches
The natural
created
scratches. Right.
from the stones that the product has
Right.
inside.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It's very easy.
So in Italy, they're using this a lot
Yes.
on interior walls.
Interior walls. Yeah.
Can you give me one moment, Luca?
Yes.
I just want to ask everyone, did everyone put a card in that glass jar? Okay, because we're going to have a raffle right now. Well, Luca's just finishing that up. And Giancarlo, I need you to put your hand in there without looking at the cards, please. And without looking at the cards, just put your hand in there. And this is going to be for an exotic trowel that he's giving away. So this is for that large exotic trowel up there.
Okay.
So who won that large exotic trowel?
Who won it today is Angela Patroso. Angela.
Angela. Use that carefully, Angela. Okay. And one of the rules is you can't win two prizes, so only one card, guys. I'm keeping an eye on you guys. All right, go ahead, Luca. Where are we?
Okay. We want to bring this to this. Okay. Because we want to have this kind of rocky effect.
So guys, if you guys have any questions, please just don't be scared and just ask stuff like that. We're here for. So the thing that he's doing that I want you guys to know is that you see his trowel for a heavy product like this. It's always good in your tool bag to have a trowel for the fine Marmorino, the Corsellos, the shiny one that's very fine, and one for the heavy plasters that could nick your trowel. So always collect trowels. We'll get to that a little later on the show, but always have different trowels for different things. Very important.
Now,
So this is wet on wet?
this is wet on wet.
Wow.
I need to raise the thickness, releasing more material on the top of the first coat. Okay. Just in this way. You can see the product is mild, is very washable. You decide the thickness. Let's say that
The question was, how thick can he go?
the question is interesting. Let's say that for 5 millimeters, we are pretty sure that we can the structure of the product can resist.
So 5 millimeters, about 3/8 of an inch in that range. Beyond that, it will start to crack. That could be incorporated into your look, so it's not like a hard anchor. But even with a very, less than 1/4 of an inch, the texture looks very dramatic. It doesn't take a lot of thickness to look like there's a lot of it.
So this could be, where would you say, Elliot, you would use that kind of a look? Tell me where would you use that look? What type of a room? What type of a situation?
I mean, there's lots of different places. It's a very classical look. It's a very Mediterranean look, especially with what Luke is going to show us in a few moments with the white line paint over it. This is the kind of thing people would use for common areas, even a special room. So want to make a little bit more intimate and textured where there's good lighting. Generally, when you have heavy textures like this, pairs very well with the well-lit room.
Now with the trowel, just need to do this.
You're using a flat trowel.
Yes, flat trowel.
Creating some suction and some points.
Let's move. Moving the product. Connecting some empty spaces, making the look more uniform. Then with the dry brush.
A dry chip brush.
Yes.
That's what we
This
call
is-
it here. It's a chip brush.
Chip brush.
What do they call it in Italy?
Just brush.
Just pennello? Pennello?
Just brush.
How do you say it in Italian?
Pennello, yes.
Pennello, okay.
We say pennello.
We used to call them cheek brushes as a joke, but then when you're doing high-end decorative finishes, the homeowner doesn't want to hear that you're using cheek brushes. So we stopped that.
So you're kind of blending it a little bit, taking the high points off.
Yes, exactly.
You created the high points and now you're
I
kind
want
of
to make
blending.
I want to make all the movements
Blend.
softer.
Softer, softening it.
Yeah.
So we're still gonna go from that to this.
So this real soft, natural, stony look goes very well with some of the types of decor that are really popular now. These like nomadic styles that are using lots of natural colors and natural fibers. They pair very, very well with what Luca's showing us now.
Okay, after this, we just need to let it dry perfectly. Okay, and it takes time. It could take one entire day.
Well, we can't
to let-
stay here. You want us to stay
24
here all
hours.
night? You want us to stay here all night
No
while
worry,
that's
Paul.
drying?
No worry, Paul,
That's not good.
because I have my prepared.
So you prepared one.
board.
Perfect. Good thinking. Good thinking.
And this is the same product, already dry. And to make the look softer,
Mm-hmm.
I want to use our line paint, Era a Pennello.
And era of Pennello means
Era a Pennello.
applied by brush.
Yes, it's exactly. Is applied by brush. A Pennello, it means that this product is a brushable product. I go directly on the top of calce crude and tonacchino.
Does anybody want some champagne?
So Era Appanello, also known as lime paint, which I'm sure you've all heard of before. Lime paint is very popular as a request by decorators and homeowners. Lime paint.
How is our lime paint different than Roma Bio? I've never used it.
Great, it's better.
Yeah.
Theirs is their lime wash, if that's what you're talking about, is usually used a little bit differently. They kind of put it on and it's designed to flake off and give that aged look. Ours can be used that way, but ours is a little bit stronger, so it's not designed to just immediately be washed away. It gives a little bit more of the classic lime paint look where it's a solid color and it's just very soft hues and tones. Comes in a base of white that can be tinted to any color. It has its own color catalog with a nice selection of colors that are trending. But you know, all of our products can be custom colored to anything that is desired.
So your lime wash is different than lime paint?
Yeah, so these terms are kind of interchangeable in a way. Our lime paint is the base product. It's Era Pinello. And lime wash describes kind of the technique. Now, there's brands like Roma Bio, which you mentioned, that they use lime wash as a product name, but it's just kind of semantics. To achieve a lime wash effect, usually you'll use a tone on tone or the same tone, diluting the lime paint down and washing the wall with a second coat. So it gives you these, it kind of accelerates the natural effect that lime paint would normally have. You know, it gives you this aged effect.
This is not working.
So we use our lime paint to do a lime wash, in other words.
But you'd have to water it down quite a bit, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Because it's too strong. Molto fuerte.
This coat you just put on was undiluted?
I just diluted the product 30% with water. Yeah.
Now, I have actually used Era Pinello. I've used it as a Venetian plaster because it comes pretty thick. I mean, does it still? So basically, it's a lime, and I've actually taken Era Pinello and applied it to the wall in 3 coats, and it looked magnificent as the Venetian, by the way. So
it's a very versatile product. Lots of different dilutions you can do to achieve slightly different variations of the look.
yeah.
1 hour.
And while while Luca is showing that board, we're gonna go back to give away one of these boxes,
This, one of these.
one of those black boxes.
So what's inside one of these black boxes is actual live samples that we create and we cut them, we label them, and explains what it is. And there's a total of, I think, 10 samples and the beautiful presentation
Yeah.
box.
So yeah,
It's a showcase of a variety.
in fact,
of decorative
whoever gets it, would you like you to just take it out of the wrapper and show everybody what it is? So just get one of those cards without looking, bro. No looking.
Anthony Dozier.
Anthony,
Look at that. You got that.
come on up, Anthony. He came late. Now that box, we actually sell that box for $90. And what I'd like you to do, Anthony, is just open it up. Open it up so everybody can see what you got. You want to come up here and open it up? Or Anthony, you can apply Venetian plaster, but you can't figure out how to open up that box. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, let's see what's in that box.
Unboxing videos are huge on YouTube.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, hang on a second. Can I see the front of that box? So you notice, Anthony, if you take one of those samples out, just take one of them out. And what you'll notice on the back, it tells you exactly what product it is. It tells you how to, the recipe for that product. So just and so you'll appreciate that.
About 12.
12, and they're different products. So what you can do is, you show the person and then they can tell you what color they want. So it helps you narrow it down. So what are we doing next, Luca?
Marmorino KS.
Okay, we're gonna do KS. And while we're waiting, we're gonna give away another one of those boxes. So
Right now?
yes, right now.
Yeah, you guys got it.
Once I get in the giveaway mode, let Elliot pick one.
Yeah,
No looking, Elliot, please. I don't want you to give one to your friends.
Gregory.
Gregory.
Yeah.
Who's Gregory?
Yeah, Gregory.
Gregory.
Let me tell you, and that's 2 people that came late. That's 2 people that came late. So every word to come late sometime. I gotta buy this one today.
So what do you do, Gregory? What kind of business do you do? I mean,
No, it's just for the whole.
Perfect. Well, thank you for coming
Remember, he
today.
says the icing on the cake, don't decorate it, finish it, Venetian product. That's just,
This is the icing, and this is the guy that, but damn, Jim, it's been years.
Very good. Okay, my friend, thank you.
we have another guy coming in late. Look at that. Right inside that.
You know what? We're still waiting for Luca. Are you ready to start, or you want us to give something away? Okay.
change the reference of the product. This is the product that we want to introduce today. I mean, the product is Marmorino KS,
Oh, nice, sweet.
and the technique is very, very easy. And I want to show to them
Beautiful, beautiful.
how
And it
easy
feels
is to work.
beautiful.
Yes.
This feels, it's amazing. So this is the Marmorino KS.
Marmorino KS, yes, which is our line-based.
I want you guys to touch it when you get an opportunity, because a lot of these products, it's not just the visual, it's the tactile. And we find a lot of customers, they always say, man, we just love touching the product. But you can tell what I'm talking about. It feels very rich. Hey, no. He won something yesterday. You think I didn't recognize that handsome guy?
Again today, so.
Okay, he should have a chance. He came again. He got to have a chance. That's true. Okay, we'll let him put another card in. But if he's got to win something different, he can't win the same thing. What did you win yesterday? You won the
You won the big one.
You won the big prize. You're not getting that big prize today.
You won the big one.
Well, you'll get your prize though. Okay, so we're gonna learn how to do this Marmorino KS and in this style.
Yes, because Paul is very, very easy. And 2022 is the 20th anniversary, and we are celebrating the anniversary of Marmorino KS. This is the color card.
20-year anniversary.
Yeah. All colors available.
It's beautiful. Nobody makes color cards like Novacolor.
Absolutely not.
I mean, these are nice, very professional. Very nice.
I selected three, the white and two colors from Marmorino KS color card. I just need to decide the design that I want for the final look of this natural stone effect. I applied one coat of Marmorino KS as base. Okay, as base coat. And it is already dry. Now, I start just with the darker color. Releasing the product in this way. Irregular. What we need to do is to create the natural veins just using the trowel. And it's very, very important to keep the thickness high during the design of the wall. Because we need time. We need time to remodel and to adjust the look if you want to change something, because it's better to go down from the scale, from the stair, and take a look about the design. can go vertical, we can go horizontal, we can go in diagonal. There are many ways. This is very simple because, in my opinion, working in a horizontal is something better to manage. It's just an advice. And I start from the upper side with the white. Okay, and I do the same. Just apply Marmorino KS in a good thickness. In this irregular application. Like this. When we have decided that the look is becoming what we want, we need just to reduce the thickness of the two colors, like this. Because it's the time to connect all the design using the third color. Do the same with white. And start working with third color. Connecting the middle area. I release the product. As you can see, you can read all the irregular lines and the veins that you have created with the other colors. Make same thickness everywhere. And natural veins like this are absolutely normal to that. This is the technique to reach this kind of natural stone effect. And look, will be like this. This is dry. Is the same.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Then you can decide to create some paints with the painting brush.
So let's give away another box while no, the little, the small, the black box.
You picked it. There's a black card right there. I need to probably get that one.
What's the name on this?
Julio Anguiano.
Julio.
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 You finally, you won something, Julio. And Julio came from California for this.
It has to get all done at once.
And then it's all about the thickness that you when you erase.
Any questions, guys? Anything?
That's all KS right through.
That was all KS right there, yes.
And with these that you get over here, I'm saying as far as the sealer, Fascina, not it's not like a strong sealer. Is there another type of sealer you would be able to use for that?
Yeah, the one that we use for the ironic, what's that one called?
Clear coat?
The what?
Clear coat?
Yeah, it's a clear coat.
You can put clear coat.
Yeah. But that's probably a good sealer. I use it all the time, but it works great.
Yeah.
I had zero problems with that. Great.
And it's long lasting.
Yeah, that's really good. Same sealer.
You can apply the zero wax on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all. That's Archie.
Yes, that's a clay product, it's a very thick one, that we do very thick.
So you have that one prepared.
It's a
Yes, I
Activator.
have one prepared because I want to show them how to make veins. This is very easy to do as well. Now we take a quick look how to paint this kind of finish, because we have a really easy technique using our primer, Decofix, and some colorants.
Which one is the Decofix?
This is the Decofix. Let me make some space. Sorry, can I give you also? I take some Decofix. Like this.
So tell me a little bit about Decofix.
Decofix is our acrylic transparent primer for different purpose. We use a Decofix like start for all of our application, because so many times we don't know about the paints that we have already applied on our surfaces, especially when you treat dry walls, for example, is always better to apply the first coat of Decofix in order to have the the guarantee that the support will be
So let me ask you this question.
resistant. Okay.
Let me
for-
ask you this question.
Yeah.
Why use Decofix instead of Nova Primer?
They are different because Decofix it goes inside. It goes to enforce the structures of the the dusty old paints that you already have on your surfaces, or the drywalls, for example. And it is totally transparent, and it goes inside the surfaces. Okay. And the Nova Primer is different because it has inside some quartz sand, and it's more like a grip promoter.
Okay, so you're using in this situation Decofix. You're mixing some tint into it.
When you exactly. Yes.
Okay, very good. I got it.
Take, some
Takes me a little time, but I get it.
black paint. I want to give you just an idea.
Guys, this is a new marketing tool that we have
You need-
as well here. It's little brushes, artist brushes from Marmorino tools. We carry this as well, guys. And it's really cool. We're here from our shop. You can see right here. Okay, you first.
Making veins is an artistic job. Okay, everybody can do something different, but just using a really fine paintbrush, I start following the natural veins that I have created with the product, like this. And this is only Decofix and
Tint.
tint. And that's it.
Do you use something like that on Grisello?
Can you use that same
Yes,
thing on the
of course,
Grisello?
yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Can do the same.
Or on Florenzia.
Yes.
That's our special Grisello.
Can do the same.
Florenzia.
It's up to you. There are so many different techniques how to create veins. I want to just show you a quick demonstration how easy is the process. Just Decofix and things.
I switched it. No, I need a cord though.
Then you can go over and over. When you get the technique is very, very easy. Was up for a quick demonstration on how to work with that. There, Decofix some paints in the tire, set the colors, and the suggestion is always to follow the natural lines created with the. That's just your primer with the pigment. Yeah, just primer.
Look up. You have to go back into the camera.
Yeah.
That camera.
That kind. It is just a quick demonstration how easy it is to use Decofix with tints inside to create the veins.
Oh, you're gonna show these videos. You do. Don't need to go more for it. What you doing?
If you have some questions,
if you just dilute with tint color or original.
you can dilute some with 50% of water, the Decofix, or you can also use the product.
Can you get in the camera, Luca? It's in that camera right there
Yes.
when you explain things.
I was just explaining that you can use the Decofix diluted with 50% of water inside, or if you prefer to use the regular Decofix, there's no problem at all. Just the look it could change a little bit because it's going to be more shiny when it's dry.
So any questions so far, guys?
Am I doing a good
Anything?
job?
No? So remember, one of the things we like to do is to bring stuff what's new in Europe from Italy to the United States to see what we sell it here. It's super important. So the Italians come and show us everything we have new that's coming from. It's great for us to know. So we're learning the same time as you guys are learning. So that's a great thing. Novacolor are one of the best products in the world of decorated wall finishes. We're the ones that carry it. And one of the special things is that we get the master applicators down here to give us demos. And at the same time, we invite you guys so you go do the demos with us.
Let's give away another box while we're waiting for Luca.
Figure it out? No? Easy. Let's have Stephanie figure it out.
Let's put it all the way down. Look, it's muted. The volume there.
Axel from Elite Wall Finishes.
Axel.
Wait, who got it?
Oh, Axel.
Axel got it. You're special, Axel.
Thanks, brother. Oh. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
We're super happy to be here.
Thanks.
Okay, this is.
Metallo Fuso liquid product. So this is our real metal product, guys.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Can you tell us a little bit about Metallo Fuso?
There's a lot to say.
So this is
There's a
Metallo
lot to tell.
Fuso. There's a lot to tell us. Tell us
Yes.
something. You know
Metallo
what?
Fuso-
Let's while you're doing that, let's
I'll
tell
mix,
Elliot.
I'll mix.
Elliot's gonna mix and you can tell us about Metallo Fuso. Go ahead.
Here we have the box of the Metallo Fuso, which is our epoxy water-based product in 3 components with the real metal powder inside. Okay, so the final look of the product will be the real metal, and the process to mix the product is very easy because you just need to dose the 3 components in the right mixing ratio.
So basically have a bucket, throw all 3 together. He's measuring it because he's just doing a half a kilo, just for you guys to know.
Okay, but normally the whole kit comes in this little box here.
Exactly, just already pre-dosed.
Pre-dose.
Yes,
But it's very common to mix up part of the kit for smaller projects or for
Exactly.
sample making.
So if
So
I
it can
want,
be measured out in this way.
Because he'll dry out. That's why within 5 hours.
so if you're only gonna do something small, you just mix up a little small amount according to the proportions.
So you have these
How much square footage can you get from one mold?
it depends a little bit on the technique, but the range is like 40 to 60 square feet per kit, depending on
Okay.
if you have a little bit of
So you have
texture or if you're leaving
3
open
components.
areas.
3
make up-
components, and this is the real
This
This
is
is
the real
a-
powder,
powder.
A real metal finish, guys.
and then that's, what is Elliot pouring in there?
So this is kind of so it's an epoxy base and this is the hardener for the epoxy. This is what activates it and makes it harden.
Okay, so you have 3 parts. One have the powder, you have the
Yes, we have
part B,
component A, component B,
got it,
and the metal powder.
and the metal powder. Okay, component A, component B, and the metal powder. Okay, go ahead, talk to us.
We have different fields of application for Metallo Fuso. We can apply Metallo Fuso by itself, making entire areas. Or we can combine Metallo Fuso on the top of other finishes. We love to mix to create some light spots using Metallo Fuso. If you want to characterize more the finishes, the textures that you have created, you can use Metallo Fuso on top of other
Mhm.
products. And you know, there are different techniques. You can use the Metallo Fuso by trowel, but you have to know that the structure of the product is a little bit sticky, okay? And it is very, very difficult to keep the same level of the product everywhere. So using the trowel, you have to know that you can read some trowel marks somewhere, some imperfection, but it's a beautiful look also in that way. We have developed an easier way to work with Metallo Fuso, and we want to show today to you. We want to show you today that with this technique, you can be more regular, more continuous during the application, in order to have a flat look of the metal. Smooth look of the metal.
So you just mix it by hand. You don't,
In a very small amount, it's okay by hand, but larger amounts should be with a drill.
with a little drill, little paddle.
Exactly.
How many of you guys seen the Metallo Fuso? Okay, so you guys are kind of familiar with it.
So as Lucas said, he's going to demonstrate here an effect that's very easy to apply in a more uniform fashion. So, of course, as he mentioned, not completely uniform. So you're not expected to achieve like a piece of glass or a mirror. This is a little bit more decorative. But also, in addition to what we're about to watch here, it's a beautiful product to use as an embellishment for other finishes. So let's say you have a concrete effect, for example, and you kind of embellish it with veining or with spots of the Metallo Fuso. Because of the differences between these two products, you'll have this almost like nuggets of metal or veins of metal, and then of course the mineral finish, and it pairs together very nicely.
So what you're applying right now is the Metallo Fuso.
I'm rolling
Okay.
Metallo Fuso.
You're rolling the Metallo Fuso on that board, the
diluted.
diluted. And you did it diluted for a reason.
Yes, because the product it's almost impossible.
It was too thick, so you had to
It's
dilute it.
thick, exactly.
And you
Just
diluted it
5% of water.
water, diluted with water. And I want to just show you when you don't dilute Metallo Fuso what it looks like.
This is how the kit comes in this thing, and it has all three components.
That's Metallo Fuso, guys. What do you think?
I never finished that.
So that's undiluted. You want to come up and just you bring it around so these guys can touch what Metallo Fuso.
So this panel
Feels
is
like.
applied over a base of Marmorino KS with a little bit of texture, and it conforms to the texture of the Marmorino KS, and
Okay,
then after
give me
it's
one moment.
polished, you get this beautiful effect.
What do you think, man? Is that metal or is that metal? Oof, nice.
And it's quite, as metallic paints or coatings go, it's quite unique. You know, there are many metallic paints on the market, but very few that achieve this level of realism and you know, genuine metallic look. It was rolled and then troweled immediately, which is actually when he gets to the later process of this, he'll be using the same technique.
So he rolled on the Metallo Fuso.
Yes, and they make it flat and smooth with the trowel. Like
So he's going to take all of the roller marks away now.
yes.
We should mention that the base that he's using here, the primer, is our mineral primer, the same one we use for a lot of our mineral coatings. So it gives it a little extra adhesion physically.
And this is the first step. To have a more continued look, and we need more thickness to work with Metallo Fuso because the process requires to be sanded and polished. Okay, using the sanding machine. And because of we have a different step to follow with different grain of sanding paper, it's better to wait after the first application 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it doesn't matter. You go on the top of that with one more coat of Metallo Fuso. We need to raise the thickness.
Well, you would wait till it dries.
In reality, he would wait a little bit. It doesn't need to be fully dry for this second coat.
He's just
but it
putting
should
on a
be
little bit more millage of
firmed
paint.
a little.
Yes.
Of not paint, but Metallo Fuso.
How long would it take for that layer to dry?
Fully, you wouldn't want to manipulate it further than what he's doing till the following day. But to do this second application that he's doing, depending on the size of the wall, you might want to just immediately start from the beginning. So it needs about, as Luca said, about 15 minutes or so at a minute. Here he's going a little bit soon, but you know, for demonstration.
Yes, for demonstration, I need to accelerate.
Wow, using big American words now. He's been in the United States for a couple of
Like
days,
accelerate.
and he's talking about acceleration. That's very impressive, Luca.
He's been here before.
I know. Now, Luca used to live in, where did you live, Luca? You told me you lived in the States for a while.
For a while, yes, in 2016 in Atlanta.
Atlanta, Florida. How did you like Atlanta?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, were you going to school?
No.
I was just trying to check him out, see if he was really. So you were going to school, or what were you doing there?
No, I was in charge to manage a warehouse.
Oh, nice. Very good.
that is the process. And as you can see, with the one more coat, the thickness is
Much
higher,
more, much higher.
much higher.
And this will enable you when you have to do the sanding.
Exactly.
It gives you something to sand.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of
It
the
helps you a lot.
A little bit of thickness. is
Very
important
nice.
So that you don't burn all the way through it.
Okay, so according to the last time we talked, this same Metallo Fuso, right? You applied it first with the shovel. You applied the shovel,
You applied it with the trowel.
yes.
Yeah, he's showing us a newer technique.
This is a more easier.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll give a different look, but you know.
But remember, he
when you
thinned
do
it down also.
You have the according technique.
So normally you put it on with a trowel, but he thinned it down enough to roll it. And then after he took a trowel to it to just smooth it. And we actually do the same thing with other products such as, thank you, such as the Novalux primer. It's kind of a thick paint, as you know. So a lot of times we'll roll it on, take a trowel to smooth it so that when you put the final coat of whatever product, the metallic paint on it, for example, it will not show roller marks.
Yeah, so it's a technique that we use pretty often.
This is a 3.0 in Metallo Fuso finish now. So upgrade to that.
Exactly.
All right.
An alternative, I should say. The other way is completely acceptable as well.
You can see no trail marks here. So now he has one that has dried. So that is that product dried. You see, so that's how it looks when it's dried.
Yeah.
Perfect.
This is dry. Ready to
Ready to do the
polish,
thing.
to sand.
We're ready to polish. I want to see how he polishes it. Very important. So it's a matte finish right now because it hasn't been polished up. And you'll notice he's going to use different levels of sandpaper
This is not
on his orbital sander to polish it. And while he's bringing that around, let's give away another box, guys. And no looking, no peeking.
You're so generous, man.
You should have seen me yesterday.
This seems today, despite for column days, it's the first time I see so generous.
Oh my God.
Over there in Florida, man.
No, as I was drinking some Prosecco downstairs. Rick, who's Rick?
You just won, man.
You're a winner, Rick. You are a winner.
machine.
So now we need the sanding machine.
Yes.
So what's interesting is, this is an interesting project that was ironic, isn't it?
The sanding area.
This is the Lodge Hotel in Africa. Lodge Hotel, Africa. It's Archi-Concrete and Ironic, this project. Very interesting. So right now, while we're waiting for that sander, we're gonna give away another box. We got any more boxes? Oh, forget about it. But we do have something else. What's going up on that? Let's see.
You have your beautiful binders.
Okay, we're gonna give away a Tortona binder.
Explain about the Tortona binder.
So can you hold it up for us so we can explain it? Now this
Volume one or
binder,
volume two?
volume 2,
Okay.
because that's the one we're giving away. But what's nice about these binders is we start off with, hang on a second, we start off right in the very beginning here with all of the different catalogs that's in the binder, and those are their data sheets. So you have a little bit of a table of contents, the data sheets, and then you see all of the nice sample catalogs. You can see what we're talking about. So it's basically got about nine different catalogs, 9 or 10. So that's what that is. So let's see who won that. Let's put your hand in the cookie jar.
Okay, so that's a good.
Yeah, we sell those for about 120. But it's nice when you go to a project, you don't have to have all these big boards all over the place. And then once they narrow down what they want, then you can go from there. So who's got that?
So the winner of this one is called Joseph.
Yeah.
Joseph.
Who's Joseph? Joseph. Say what? Well, look, it's always nice because look, Joseph, You got one for you and you got one for your best designer that you work for. This way, when she calls you up on the phone, you
New
know,
in the business, so this is good for you.
okay.
Okay, Paul, let's say that we are ready to start sanding
Yes.
Metallo Fuso, and then step by step, we bring, we change the sanding papers, and we bring the final look to be.
So basically, what do you start with?
polished.
Tell me what you
We-
start with.
We are starting with the
Like a
240.
240.
Yeah.
So this is 240 grit, and he's gonna now polish up. Remember, it was wet, it's dry, and now he's gonna polish it up.
We send.
Look like the best one I
This is the
highly
first step.
recommend.
So this is the first sanding, and it's already starting to polish up, I can tell.
Exactly. That's how I do it, yeah. You gotta be careful with the way you roll it on, because if you do roll it on, have it on a sample to show the client, because you could have vertical lines on it when you sand it and you can show, you know, so you guys.
Now, Luca, you're going up to what now?
320.
320. So from 240, 320. My other question is, normally you would want to wear a mask when you do this because of the powder.
Yeah.
Some kind of PPE.
He's Italian.
PPE is personal protection equipment.
Square foot, depending on how you're using it. So you certainly don't want to have a lot of waste as you're doing your mixtures, and be mindful of the fact that you have an open time to work with the product, so you don't have waste in that way as well.
So basically, know your square footage, measure enough for your square footage, slap it on. take the
Okay,
plates,
what grid are you going
slap
to
it on
now?
the board. Huh? Yeah, that's why you need this little weight machine, and we weigh it. So it could be half a kilo.
So they can buy.
No, we only sell it in, it comes only like
600.
in a package.
600 grit.
Yeah, that's what we do. Thus, the best thing to do is buy samples from us.
Okay, we're going from 600 to what now?
1,000.
Now 1,000. Ooh,
Already you can start to see shine developing.
I see it developing.
Towel.
He wants to wipe the dust off.
It's good to remove the dust as it starts to accumulate. The best machines for this are the ones that have a dust removal
Best tool.
attachment.
Best tool's the best.
Best Tool's a good brand for that. They have incorporated dust removal machines. And while the dust won't, if you don't have a vacuum, it won't disperse very far because the metal particles are actually pretty heavy. So area, there would be some cleanup if you didn't have a vacuum.
Okay. So Luca, what are you doing next?
Next,
Let me guess, 2,000,
1,500.
1,500.
It's becoming super polished.
Looking good, guys. I can almost see myself. Almost. And so we're going to what, 3,000?
3,000.
Okay.
So what he's creating ends up being almost like a sheet metal effect, but one of the unique things about
Very
using
nice.
products like this is you can do things that a sheet of metal can never do, because you can incorporate your own artistic work into the application.
This is
of
the last
material.
step.
This is the last step.
Blending colors and different metals, you know, brass with bronze if you wanted to, copper and.
I have, and going
and
to the
silver.
office when you get a chance, so there's a blue coating with a Metallo Fuso on its
kind of vein through it.
vein through it. It looks incredible. You have to go look at it when you get a chance today. Very impressive. Very impressive, Grasshopper.
Well, somehow it looks a little bit, pick up the sample so they can see somewhat of it. Look up, please. Okay. Do that already, guys. Same. Real metal on your wall. You know what that is to touch, man? You can give them a real piece of metal on the wall.
And when you touch it, it feels cold like
It's
metal.
unbelievable. Super polished.
Hey, Elliot.
You can also, because it's a coating, you can apply this to non-planar surfaces or surfaces with texture to basically metalize a formed finish using
touch it.
foam pad with your sander or a more curved sanding tool. You can, create shaped pieces as well.
So remember, guys, it's just the patience of sanding. The job is sanding. That's basically the job. So having patience of sanding.
Well, not only that, you have when you want to create special things like with KS and other calce cruda, and then put some veining in there and then polish up the veins. I mean, it could be magnificent, with the right artistic flair.
And you seal that after?
Yeah, there's a couple different ways to seal it. It has a new sealer that just came out with it called Scaredmo, which is a very, very thin micronized polyurethane that will cover it without affecting the look. Or you can polish it with a wax, and that will give a milder protection, but retaining even more of the natural look.
Because remember, it's not a line passer, so it's not gonna absorb things like it.
And it is real metal, so it will oxidize if it's exposed to a lot of moisture.
Yeah. That's cool too.
I see that's some crazy stencils finish, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's with that.
Oh,
So now when you apply that stencil, did you apply that in the second coat?
Yeah, on the final coat.
At the end, because it needs to be polished, so it should be like the last step in most cases.
and the other thing you can do is put a reverse stencil on. Like if you want somebody's sign of their company on a wall, you make a nice wall of KS or something, then you put the reverse stencil on, put the Metallo Fuso on it. And so now it shows the logo or whatever, and you polish it up and it looks amazing.
Just to know, it's more expensive to do that than actually giving a real stainless steel face sign.
Picking up on this camera.
This will be more expensive.
I'm just showing them how polished it is, the look of the real metal, because it's real metal.
It's real metal, sure.
Yes.
Excellent.
We have also available his own transparent protection to
Transparent.
apply. Yes. To
So
apply
how many colors do we get this in?
How many?
How many colors of metal? You have gold, you have brass,
yes, we
you
have
have
5 different colors, and we can also mix them in order to have
make another shade.
Yes, different
Right.
shades of.
and are you also working on
metal.
getting even more of a variety? Are you working on more colors or not really?
Not really, but in the future,
Who knows?
who knows?
So what are the
Maybe
colors you got?
we can develop some-
Brass,
We have copper. We have bronze. Stanio like this. We have zinco.
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 More like almost like a chrome. And you have
And we
Brass.
have ottone.
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 brass. It looks like
A brassy color.
brassy gold, basically.
I like it. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for that. So how many more samples do we have to do?
We have one more
One more.
and Wall2floor.
And Wall2floor.
What do we want to do?
So let's
Take a
do-
break. You want
No. Let's do well, look, we can't take a break because we have people on YouTube watching us. So we're gonna have to press forward. But before we do which one do you want to do first? Wall2floor or with the other one?
No, we want to do this beautiful ironic and
An ironic blend.
ironic angles.
Ironic and Zeus put together. So let me see what it looks like in the finish. And while we're doing that, we want to give away that trowel, Giancarlo. That special trowel. Can you tell us a little bit about that trowel?
All right, so guys, so we're gonna give away an exotic line Marmorino tool. Okay, the exotic line, my edition, the Beast edition over here too. This is all gunmetal black, and we have a orange rubber handle. It's a special edition. Nobody has it in the United States, so whoever wins it will be the first to have it in the United States. Okay, coming out with all different type of colors. That's my goal. So it's gonna be very colorful up in here. I love it. All right, so
That's nice.
I'll figure out who wins.
Yeah,
this,
but
please.
don't look at the cards. You put your hand looking at cards.
I'm not trying to look at it. Who wins it is exotic wall finishes. That's me. So I keep my own card. I keep my own trowel.
I knew it. Okay, let's try again.
Oh, look at that. That's a bonus, guys.
Okay,
Everybody's gonna get one of these bags. It's got some of our catalogs.
Everybody wins.
It's got some other goodies in it. So everybody in here. gets
okay,
one of
but
these.
let's
So
give away
so
that trowel,
basically,
man.
what it shows that when exotic wins, everybody wins. So everybody gets,
Okay.
everybody gets a free bag. Congratulations to everybody. You're welcome.
Well, let's do one more. Let's give away that trowel.
We're gonna give
Let's
away.
give away
we're
that
gonna do
trowel.
one more because we're feeling giving.
Let me see that front of that bag. Oh, it looks fantastic. Wow. I like the gold. Okay, I don't trust you. Let me put my hand in there.
Okay. So you dip it in. Dip it in.
Put it in good. I got it. And the winner is Javier.
Javier, look at that. Javier wins my special edition exotic line Marmorino tools. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Wow.
Wow.
That's it. I love it.
Thank you.
So everybody,
Beast edition. Nobody has that.
okay, now Javier's a beast. He's an official beast.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
So
Great sexy
let's
wall.
go ahead and go back to our guy here, my friend Luca. So Luca, you want to tell us a little bit about this?
Yes.
Okay, so while he's doing that, so besides having real metal on your walls, guys, you guys can have real oxidation on your wall. You know what that is? To tell a client, you can have a real oxidation iron piece on your wall, like the bridge that's over here in Manhattan. It's a beautiful thing. So what it is a special plaster that comes with metal particles inside of it. There's metal inside the plaster. You can roll it on, plot it on, let it dry, and come back, and then we have an acid activator that we put on top of it, and it starts having a reaction with the metal, and it starts oxidizing in your face. Okay, of course, it takes its time to oxidize. I like to roll it on first and then sponge it on and give you this crazy look. It's insane. We did this one yesterday. Of course, it needs more acid, so it's very light right now. The secret is putting acid on it. But you know what it is? Like I'm saying again, people don't understand. You could put real oxidation on somebody's wall, on a drywall piece of painted wall. You can make that look oxidized. You can make it look like a piece of metal. It's just insane with these products. There's no limit to the things we can do with these products, you know? The thing is that you have to have a bold customer. Not anybody's gonna say, yeah, let's make a oxidation wall on my wall. So thus you have to know how to sell it. Very important, you gotta know how to sell it to make people understand why they want an art piece. It becomes an art piece on your wall. You have to sell it to them. They're not gonna just say, unless the client already wants it, they've seen it before and they want it. So it's a special thing. Do not say no. If you guys have a client that wants it, don't be scared of it. Don't let that scare of you. We'll teach you guys how to do it. Say yes, close the deal, and make that oxidation wall.
Excellent. Thank you. Now we're going to go back to Luca.
Yes.
And Luca, what do we have here?
We have those in two different colors. We have the silver base and the tinted one.
So this is
From-
the
made from
product
the-
called Zeus
Zeus,
in
which
two
is
different
yes,
colors.
Zeus is our
Zeus.
one of
Mhm.
our metallic plasters,
Okay.
and it is an acrylic product, very strong.
Mhm.
And we love to combine Zeus on the top of Ironic, and Ironic is part of our two products that we use to create the real oxidation of the iron and of the copper. those two systems work in the same way, using one product like base, and in this case, I'm using Ironic Fondo. With Ironic Fondo is made using the real iron powder inside, so that is why is black.
Okay, so basically to recap, this is ironic,
Ironic Fondo,
ironic base coat.
base coat, Ironic Fondo, applied in 2 coats, and with the second coat, I have smoothed the surface using the trowel.
Okay,
That's it.
so basically you rolled it on 2 coats of, but you flattened it out with a trowel.
Yes,
And now this is ready for activator?
this is ready for the activator,
Mhm.
but I don't want to just use the activator. I want to use on the top of it Zeus, like metallic plaster,
Okay,
because we love to create contrast between the oxidation of the iron, the rust, and this kind of elegant
Okay,
metallic
understand.
look. And
Okay,
really
I
modern
understand.
look.
So we understand. So basically what you're gonna do is help. Now you're gonna put another coating on here of Zeus
Of
first, 2
Zeus.
colors of Zeus.
2 colors of
And
blue,
then you'll
blending them
activate it.
together, and then I proceed with it.
Okay, so let's see how we do this.
I use the roller,
2 colors.
2 colors. I blend them together because I want to have different reflections. And I start.
Now I notice you're not pressing very hard.
No, it's
You're not trying to cover
no.
everything.
I'm going soft. Like this.
So you're leaving gaps and holes.
Exactly. And we start pressing Zeus.
So now we have no roller marks. No roller marks and a lot of gaps in between. So you're basically leaving some of the ironic exposed.
Exactly. I'm trying to create this kind of contrast. I don't know if you can see. Yes, you can see the contrast here.
So basically by leaving the gaps, whenever you
Yes.
activate it, you will see ironic that protrudes from underneath.
That is,
And it almost looks like a gunmetal
awesome.
gunmetal effect with a rusting metal underneath. That's the only thing I can compare it to.
And it's up to you how you want to close or leaving
You could
empty
leave
areas.
big gaps, you could leave little gaps.
Yes.
Okay. But whatever you leave exposed of the ironic is gonna rust
Yes.
when you activate it. I like it. Now, can I ask you another question?
Yes.
Say, for example, you know, I applied the Zeus on top of the ironic, but say after it dried, I want to expose more of the ironic. Could I sand?
You can't. No.
Don't sand it.
No.
Okay, got it.
As you can see, we already have
You have the
open
gaps
gaps,
left, some little ones here and there. Yeah, I see.
and this kind of metal look on the top.
The metal look. Got it.
Very easy. Now, I want to show them before the oxidation. The look, how it is
Mm-hmm. Before oxidation.
before oxidation.
Mm-hmm.
This is the look. And you can also decide to live like this. Okay,
You can leave it.
because-
It's beautiful. Sure. Beautiful look. But then I want to see you oxidize it. I mean, this cork and steel look is very big now. This is a cork and steel look right here that was done on this project. I'm not sure who did it, but it's got Archi concrete walls and Ironic wall staircase. It looks amazing. What do you, any words, wisdom?
Just that I don't know how much you guys talked about the verdigris, but we have, in addition to the iron oxidation, we also have a beautiful verdigris product, which is also very popular right now to do these kind of
And it's more of a green.
so you get the copper oxidation going
And
on,
you can do,
and you can do
both
them in
together.
combination as well for very
Yeah.
beautiful effects.
Now, we have, as I told you, we have two different products, Ironic and the Verdigris. Verdigris is the product dedicated to create the real oxidation of the copper. Okay, and they work in the same way. One product like Fondo, like base, and one liquid activator for both of them.
And now you're opening up the activator.
This is the activator for the Verdigris.
So this is the activator.
Mhm.
It looks like a clear liquid,
So a little bit of a viscous
little
consistency.
viscous, little viscosity.
Activator, the Ironic activator.
Oh, this is the Ironic activator. And it's got, by the way, I just want to say, this product has an A+ rating. Let me see the side of the label. See the side? That's an A+ rating. And that has to do with the European standard that basically it's telling you that it's very healthy for your environment. I just noticed the label. Very good.
Mhm.
I was a little concerned about that. So that activator, huh? No, it's good to know. It just shows you the Novacolor is concerned about your health.
This type of stuff, do wear gloves.
Yeah.
Even though it's.
Okay, so now we're applying the activator to the Ironic that has the Zeus on top, remember? So you had Ironic as a base, you have Zeus on it, kind of giving a lot of coverage, but not covering everything. And now he's activating the product, and let's see, the rust will, I guess, come through here and there. Is that the idea?
Yes.
Wherever it's
that is the idea.
exposed.
But I would leave a lot more rust exposed. I mean, Ironic. I like seeing a little drama, because remember what the name of this workshop is. Let's go bold. See, I like the bold. Here's the finish, one of the finished samples here. You can see the Zeus on top, but you see the Ironic coming through that has been activated. Now he's-
So let me ask you a question. Look at this board right here that you did right here. Because there's Zeus on top of it. You're allowed to put the acid more on top of that.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Okay.
So can we do that? So maybe the oxidation pops out more?
Will it?
This is the one he did yesterday.
And it will pop out more?
Yeah. With subsequent coats of the activator, it will intensify the effect.
So basically, I was doing this, I would make it more acid before I do the Zeus on top of it.
You'd activate it before and then
Yeah,
put Zeus and then activate it again.
I'll play around with it,
You'd play with it.
so I don't cover up so much.
So everybody has a different way. and
The
different
colors
style.
and the shades of the rust is depending or depending from the quantity of the ironic that you use, like fondo, the quantity of the liquid that you apply on the top. There are many different factors that are important for the final look. The humidity, the temperatures, the thickness of the ironic fondo that you have applied.
So you hear all these different factors that can affect the way that this natural oxidation process occurs. Because there's so many different factors that you have no control over, like you mentioned, humidity, the airflow in the room, these kind of things, the absorbency of the wall. It's important to both communicate to your customer, if you're doing this for a customer, or whoever you're doing it for, that it is an organic process and it will have its own natural reaction and look. And that is a beauty that can be appreciated as long as it's communicated, because as we know, sometimes if the client doesn't know that they're going to get something a little bit unexpected, they may be unhappy.
You have to use a special primer.
Yes, yes.
What primer do you use?
So we use a few different options depending what the surface is, but in this case, we are going over a water-based primer and then using our primer called Decofix before applying the fondo, which the fondo is the... Yeah, so when going over these MDF panels like this, it's important to put a water-based primer first because they tend to leach chemicals used in the glue process of the MDF.
So you're using that on that, but if you were doing
On drywall, I would also recommend a water-based primer first, just to kind of control the absorption rate. And if you're going into something that was pre-finished with something else, in the case that you don't know what was on the surface before, it might be a good idea. So in general, that's what I would recommend, unless you know what the material is that you're going over.
Sounds good.
Meanwhile, it's working.
So now we see it's activating. Look at this.
Yes.
You see, it's beautiful. Oh my goodness. How beautiful this is. I love it. And this is still activating.
That Decofix primer that I mentioned is a product that we use for a lot of different purposes here. It's very versatile. Basically what it is a clear micronized primer that can both control the absorbency of the surface and also prevent interaction between layers, which with a reactive product like this, that's pretty important.
Now we take a look of our wall-to-floor waterproof system.
So now we're gonna look at the wall-to-floor waterproof system. And Giancarlo, while he's looking at that waterproof system, can you open up that
This right here?
catalog? That's gonna be our last giveaway.
This is a special catalog right here. I need a knife.
No. We already gave.
This is, special. Do you have a knife?
This is the capsule collection by Novacolor. And this particular, I want you guys to guess how much this thing retails for. After he opens it up.
So this is something that we made actual real samples in it. We made the samples in it. We glued them on this piece of paper.
It's wrapped in Miami by a guy named Albert Kennedy. Here, maybe lay it down.
Okay,
Okay.
So beautiful collection here to show you clients.
Look at this.
colors and looks.
So this is the Zeus that Luca was doing.
You got the Doom Metallics. We
Basically, it's a really nice presentation. Anima Mundi, and it gives you a job where it was. I mean, it's
The
got
Metallo
all the
Fuso.
product. Look at the Metallo Fuso, and then it gives you a job where it was used.
So this is real samples, real product on a very
Yeah.
thin cardboard.
So what do you guys think? What do you think this thing goes for?
Very expensive.
Huh? 300. You guys know it's 280. So now we're gonna have Stephanie put her hand in this jar.
Stephanie.
To see who goes home. Who goes home with this thing?
Good luck. Good luck. Everybody's like rubbing their hands. So that you can pick a good name there.
Okay, what's the name?
John Mitchell from
Oh,
Your
yeah.
Service Staff.
What's up, John?
John Mitchell.
Yeah. Excitement. That's what I like.
So I'd like to thank.
Hey, you want, okay. Where did you come from, John?
I live in Brooklyn and I went to New York and traveled Miami too.
Cool. Very nice. Excellent. What's the name of your company?
NY Surface Staff.
NY Services. I think I know I've heard of it. But I live in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Well, guys, let's go back to the wall-to-floor now. We're doing wall-to-floor.
Wall-to-floor, waterproof.
So it's a
Which is
waterproofing
our-
system. You're not teaching us how to do wall-to-floor. You're teaching us
The waterproof system.
the waterproof system. So tell us a little bit about why this is so special.
It's special because it is the last release system for wall-to-floor, which is our seamless continuous system for floors and walls. Okay, and this specific system is supposed to go in hospitalities and wellness areas.
So
Because,
high traffic.
High traffic areas and wet areas. Because before this system, we had our regular system, wall-to-floor microcement. And the microcement is strong as well. But being based from the cement is a little bit more delicate in certain circumstances. Okay, and with this system, we are pretty quite that being an epoxy will be stronger and more resistant about the water, about the humidity. Okay? And both systems work in different steps. And after good validation of the substrate that we have to treat, because we can have a different situation like new screeds, like pre-existing floors with tiles. We can have cracks to fix on old floors. So many different situations. Is really important validation of the substrate and how to prepare the substrate before the wall-to-floor top coat application. And we have products supposed to face any kind of different situation, because we have primers to go on the top of the tiles, for example. We have the mesh to go inside the product that is our Rasal, and Rasal is a cement-based product, very useful to like bone for our system. Okay, it's very strong, and it allows us to have the best flat start for the decoration with the Wall2floor.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
Kind of more of a statement. So basically, the system is, for example, if you go over tile, the Athena primer, when that dries, you scuff up the ceramic tile or whatever it is, you put the Athena primer on, and then you put the Rizal coating on top.
Yes.
You
With epoxy, it's modified with epoxy.
it's modified with epoxy resin, the Rizal. Then you put the mesh on top of that with another coat of the
Inside,
Rizal.
inside.
You embed it, and now all of your grout lines are hidden. So even if you had kind of heavier tile on the floor, you do this system, you don't have to demo the tile. And now you have a nice surface to put the finish coats of Wall2floor on top. And the difference is, the game changer I'm getting out of this is the new top coat.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the new top coat. It's the new system because beside the new top coat, you need to work with the Rizal, adding the epoxy binder into the Rizal, making the Rizal epoxy as well, because all the system has to work together.
So your first layer and your last layer are all waterproof epoxy based.
So now it's a waterproof system.
formulation.
That's excellent.
So before we were with the old system, which is still perfectly usable in many cases, the old system had a protective waterproof layer, but if that layer became compromised, it was a little bit more of a maintenance issue, which of course was treatable, but this is much more secure with wet environments, and because of the overall waterproofness of the system, it's more cleanable, more durable in general, and better suited for these kind of areas.
Excellent.
In this demonstration, I want to show you how to work with the top coat waterproof on the top of Rizal and the first coat of top coat waterproof, because we have a short time, and I want to show you how to work.
So each of the coats that are already applied there are simple trowel work coats. Of course, if you're working on a horizontal surface like a floor, you have to keep in mind that you have a limited ability to manipulate the product. As you move across the room, you won't be able to go back and compress it anymore. You can't walk on the surface. So it's just, very quick trowel application. Press it down and keep moving.
What layer is this?
Basically, the fifth layer of product. So you have primer, 2 layers of undercoat, undercoat the second layer of top coat.
Okay, just repeat that one more time, but into the
So we
camera.
have primer, the Athena in this case, which is very high bonding primer. It can bond even to porcelain or tiles. Then you have undercoat number 1, Rizal with an epoxy additive to modify it, make it more waterproof. A second layer of Rizal and a base coat of the material. And now he's applying this second coat of the top coat material.
The second coat of the waterproof top coat.
Correct. It is, but in order to control the moisture in the best way, the sealer is absolutely recommended. You wouldn't want to completely not use it. But because this is an epoxy base, if the surface ever experiences extensive damage or scratching or cracking or anything like that, it's treated, for lack of a better. Even when that sealer is compromised, what's underneath is waterproof, so it gives you a lot more freedom to relax and for the maintenance. Yes. You mop. Okay. Clean up. So at the end is very resistant. Usually cleans up quite easily. Soap and water. water, a little bit of heat if you want to, be more proactive with eliminating odors and biological elements, things like that, are all acceptable. Generally, like leave-in cleaners and things like that, that actually take time to react and stuff like that, is a little bit too aggressive for the material, but other than that, you have a lot of options to clean it.
Beautiful.
This is the second layer of top coat waterproof.
Waterproof top coat.
Strong enough to sit in the
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Wouldn't recommend anything with like permanent standing water. The main reason for that is when you have standing water, like a pool, a fountain, a water feature like that, you're using treated water, which has lots of chemical additives. Otherwise, it would become stagnant pretty quick. And it's the treated water; those chemicals can do a lot of damage over time.
I got a mix, which is
Yeah, you'd want to use that. Shower's fine, yeah. Even occasional standing water in the shower or repeated use is completely fine. It's just when you have treated water, like in a water feature, a fountain, a pool, something like that. It's not good.
a brand new built bathroom, waterproof, cement boards.
Same steps.
Same process.
Same process.
The cement board,
What's that?
actually doing it, cement boards.
It's recommended. So we usually recommend to prepare the surface as if you were going to put tile. So you're using a liner underneath the cement board, just like you would in a shower enclosure. You have the cement board itself. You have waterproof membrane. Actually, we're not showcasing it today, but Novacolor has a waterproof membrane called Guina. It's a roll-on waterproof membrane for use with the system. So yeah, you would treat it basically as if you were going to install tile, but then once when you're doing tile, you're about to apply the thin set. Instead, you would do the system.
Yeah, I use this in my shower at home.
Yes,
I love
we
it.
have a manual available that
I had it
covers
done over the tile.
all different sorts of
And
instances and
it just-
applications.
The quality that it really puts in your shower as opposed to having the tile. I mean, I love it. No grout lines, and I've had it now for like 2 years, and it's like the day it was installed. But I don't have the waterproof one. I just have the regular one. But it looks
The
great.
regular one was a great system. This is basically like an upgrade to the system.
Okay.
And in most cases, when you can still use the regular one. We still stock it. And
You
sell
still
it.
stock it and sell it.
It's perfectly usable for
So,
most.
so is there a big?
Now we call it the residential.
Yeah,
But is there a big difference in the price? I guess maybe for the waterproof.
a little bit of a difference in price, and then of course a little bit difference in the process. You're adding that modifier for the resolve. That's a little bit extra cost. So there's a little bit difference in price. You wouldn't want to just do this everywhere.
But why do you have to carry two different materials? Now you have to stock two different types of materials. If one is great, why don't you just use the waterproof one?
They have different applications.
Okay, different applications.
I have a question.
Sure.
What, considering that you said there's five layers to complete this whole thing, the whole
It's
product?
up to where he has it now. He's also putting another layer on it now, the clear finish, and that's where you control the sheen, and you also give it that final bit of water control.
Right. So 6 layers.
Mhm.
What is, with the cost of all the materials, what's the square footage cost of material?
Material cost is between, depending on if it's a horizontal surface or a vertical surface, so that'll affect some of the required layers. You're looking at between $3.50 a square foot to $4.50 a square foot for material. Yeah, no, nobody's installing even the simplest stuff for that much. But no, material cost not bad. It's comparable, with even like a cheap tile, except of course you're offering a much more luxury look and effect. The main part of anything we do is the laser, and that will vary from artisan to artisan.
Around the floor,
should be factored into what they would have to do if they weren't doing this. Absolutely. Yeah. So it becomes in a read model, it starts to become very attractive to offer this. Absolutely.
For renovation.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm just losing the
It's beautiful. I mean, the luxury on this wall to floor, the whole wall to floor system. If you have the type of place you want it, whether it's a loft apartment or what, you know, it's just we just hear nothing but good comments. It's one of I think it's becoming one of our best sellers. Would you say that's true, Elliot?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, and Jennifer asked us about all the layers. So you do need to plan for about a week to do a smaller project. Even if each layer doesn't take the whole day, you do need that dry time in between each layer. So that's something to think about when you're talking to a customer about this project, because you will need about a week to complete the whole process.
I have another question.
Sure.
You get to this point and you want to apply stencil, make it look like a painted tile, let's
Uh-huh.
say, or like a Moroccan floor or something.
Or an entirely stenciled finish that
Right.
doesn't have to follow the pattern of a tile.
Right.
It's blocking or
Do I, at that point, how do I apply the color for the stencil? Do you lay your stencil on and stipple it on, or do you have to trowel it on?
you can do a plaster using the same top coat material, do a plastered layer where you're applying a thin layer. So you get like maybe a raised effect if you want that tactile feel.
Right.
Or you can do what you're saying, to stipple in some color to create just the coloration without affecting the uniformity of that layer. And you would do it just between what he just did and the layer he's about to apply now.
And
So the
actually,
clear finish would protect the whole thing.
if you go down to the office, you'll see on the
You'll be
floor,
happy to see we have exactly
we
that.
actually have exactly what you just said, a painted stencil on top of wall to floor. And then the clear coat goes on top of that.
Yeah, and it just protects the whole system.
Right, so you could raise it so it looks, or else you could do it.
Exactly.
Right.
Use an acrylic paint.
Yeah, it's depending on the brand of acrylic paint, what the bonding ratio of that is,
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
So you don't have to use two colors of the same product?
Yeah, you'd be, whatever element you're incorporating with the acrylic paint, you're then relying on the wearability of that. So that may wear differently than this would, But if you sandwich it between your layer of clear finish.
So what are you doing now?
I'm applying the clear finish protection.
Oh, the clear finish protection.
And then start clear.
So here we have clear finish protection.
Yes, it is a polyurethane, two-component.
Two-part polyurethane,
Yes,
water base.
water-based, super resistant, super transparent, and we have 3 different looks: matte, satin, and glossy.
It comes in matte satin.
Yes, matte satin.
And for maintenance, let's say down the line, you have to go back to applying it for a year, like you can for another home.
You can, absolutely. It depends on, of course, the type of damage or wear and tear that they are experiencing. It's the type of use that's given.
That's a
But,
wall to floor
It
table.
holds up really well even in commercial spaces.
And repairs, let's say there was a chip thing that.
You could fill it. You would want to fill it first and then.
Oh,
It's difficult to repair a crack that results from the underlying structure. So that's why, as Luca mentioned, it's very important to evaluate the project and make sure that the surface is sound, meaning the movement between boards or forms that have been used in construction.
Beautiful. Bellissimo.
This is the clear finish.
So that's the clear finish, and that's going to dry very nicely. And when it dries, will it be more like this?
Would be satin, like
A satin
finish.
look.
Yes, satin look.
So those
and,
are the layers.
Very well protected.
And those are the layers you're showing me.
We have Rasal, epoxy Rasal. Epoxy Rasal, second layer to cover and making the surface perfectly flat and smooth. And then we have the first coat of top coat waterproof. The second coat of top coat waterproof. We have the first coat of clear finish protection. And this is the last layer of clear finish protection.
And look how thin it is on top of that MDF. So that's the wall-to-floor system. Beautiful. What do you guys think? Can we get a little applause for the wall-to-floor system?
So for them, clear finish, clear finish. Rasal, yes. Epoxy Rasal. Is Rasal.
I love the wall-to-floor. Now, this is a wall-to-floor table we did years ago. I mean, many, many years ago. I think about 12 years ago, we did this table, and we've beaten it up. It looks great.
Top coat waterproof, top coat waterproof, clear finish. Doing the wall. Still need to do all the steps. All the steps.
Has anyone done any projects with wall-to-floor? Nobody here?
I mean, you can also, if you have a very nice surface, very resistant and brand new screed, for example, for walls, you don't need to apply the Rasal. You can skip the Rasal and you can put on the top just the waterfloor, top coat waterproof.
How many different colors? Is that one you can mix?
It has its own color card, but you can also yes, customize your own colors.
Excellent.
So, with the products that we have selected, we have finished the demonstration.
So how about some questions? Any questions?
How long does it take to cure before you get water on it, let's say in a shower?
How long would you let this dry before you take a shower?
The point is that you just need to wait 48 hours for the complete drying time. And then the system is going to be walkable after 48 hours if you are in horizontal surfaces. In vertical, you don't need to wait more because after 48 hours is ready. Yeah.
It's a great system. Well, we want to thank everybody for
Absolutely.
being with us. You want to say thank you to everybody in Italian?
Grazie a tutti.
Okay, well, guys, we want to thank all of you guys. We know a lot of you guys made some really good effort to be here with us today, and we appreciate your loyalty over the years. Any way that Firenzecolor can help you, and of course, now you know we have the support of an incredible company, Novacolor, and we want to thank Luca for coming from Italy a couple of days ago, and also Lapo, who is the international export manager. So I guess it's over. Our seminar is over. Thank you so much.
Thank you.